Are Manchester United on the brink of trying to hijack Arsenal's deal for midfielder Camavinga this summer? Phil Foden and Mason Mount are expected to rejoin the starting 11 for England against Germany in the last 16 of the Euros. And could England sensation Raheem Sterling be about to quit Man City? Hit that like button, hit that share button. Here we go. Good morning and welcome back to the Terrace. Lots of news for us to digest this morning together. Make sure that like button is always being hit, that you subscribe and turn on the bell notifications. Good morning to each and every single one of you. I want to say a massive thank you to all of the brand new members of the Football Terrace that signed up in the past 48 hours. Absolutely overwhelming from our point of view. It truly, truly is. So a massive thank you. A thank you to each and every single one of you for doing that for us. I hope you're doing well. Let's take a quick look here at the live comment section. Let's see who's in the house this morning. Let's see who's chatting. I actually sometimes sit here for like 5 minutes before we go live, just watching you all talk to each other. It's hilarious the way you all disagree about things, and the way you throw back and fight at one another. It's amazing. Just reading it now. It's literally you're all talking to each other, so there's nothing there. Good morning, Jelly Spoon. Hope you are well. Terry the Rattle King. I don't know about that. I just give my opinions. That's all I come out here and ever try to do. Morning, Twisted. Hope you are well. Morning, Jonathan. Morning, Jay. Morning, Dyke. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. So let's take a look here at the big piece of news this morning. Now, Manchester United, of course, are closing in very, very soon. We're going to see the announcement of a deal between Dortmund and Manchester United. So the news cycle is starting to move on to other players from a transfer point of view. Man United fans have been crying across social media for a central midfielder, more so than a cover at right back, more so than centre back, and in some quarters, more so than a right-sided attacker. Yesterday evening, we saw this, and it was from multiple sources. I'm actually not too sure who the origination of this article was. I saw it on Eurosport. I've seen it on ESPN. I've seen it in the Daily Mail. But it's reported that Manchester United are weighing up a move for Edouard Camavinga. Now, of course, Arsenal have been heavily linked with him over the course of this summer. PSG, Real Madrid, and other teams have been monitoring him like every single top club across Europe for a fair period of time now. But it was Arsenal who have been reportedly making inroads, talking to representatives, trying to get a deal struck. It now emerges that Manchester United are weighing up an approach for the Rennes star. Of course, the approach is going to be considered after the £77 million deal for Jadon Sancho is completed. But I can't help but think something about this story. It's almost as if the media have seen fans crying out for a central midfielder. So a story has been created about a central midfielder. I could be wrong, but it just doesn't feel right to me. And that isn't because Camavinga isn't a good player, a good prospect. You know, he's regarded as one of the best up-and-coming midfielders in Europe. But is it an up-and-coming midfielder that Manchester United need? Is that where we're going to play our focus? The only way that would make sense is if Manchester United keep hold of Paul Pogba. If Manchester United retain Paul Pogba, then I think a signing like Edouard Camavinga could be plausible, could happen, could be sensible, if you were. But outside of that, if Pogba's with Paul Pogba, with Donny van der Beek, with McTominay, with Fred all in the squad, I just don't see us doing it. And I know a lot of people say CDM is a priority or a midfielder is a priority, and I understand it. I just don't feel like it's an area Man United are overtly focusing on this summer. Yes, there's been some inroads made into Declan Rice to see whether or not he would leave. And I think if it was an established star who is performing already at the highest level, then I think Man United might move towards him. But another up-and-coming starlet, someone that's going to need a lot of time and development, I don't even know why. It just doesn't feel real to me. So, of course, the headlines are going to be about, Man United going to hijack Arsenal. They're going to come in and steal this move. I don't think so. It just doesn't feel like a real one to me. Doesn't feel like a real one to me at all. Louis, long time no see. Morning. Hope you're well, my friend. Deshane says, poor Van der Beek. Man can't even get a game. Might get replaced already. Sad times. Yeah, I don't necessarily think so. I don't necessarily think so. I think Donny's going to be given a little bit of time. I think he needs to improve. And a lot of people talk about his touch and the way he finds space and everything else. But if he was doing bits even in training, he would have gotten opportunities under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I was having this conversation yesterday with someone I know who is complaining about Donny not getting more game time. And the argument was based on, I just don't see any logical reason why he wouldn't get game time. And my friend used to be a soldier. So I said to him, before you were allowed to go on tour, operate a gun, go to a war zone, did you not have to pass certain standards within training? And his answer was, of course we did. So there you go. There's your logical answer. I'm not saying it is that, but this kind of, what I find staggering about the Donny van der Beek situation is that a lot of the obvious reasons as to why he may not be getting regular game time seem to elude people. And it goes down to conspiracy theories and bullying and favoritism and just outright tosh. Maybe, just maybe in training, he wasn't achieving what was required, what other players were doing. Therefore, he got less game time. Whatever the reason is, though, I do hope Donny improves next year. I do hope he gets more time on the field because he's such a good quality player. And the Camavinga deal is such an interesting one because there is a lot of talent there. But if Donny's going to be, and this is where Man United fans have got to get it right. If Paul Pogba signs a new deal, and if you want Donny van der Beek to get more game time, where is this other midfield player fitting in? United are very unlikely. I know you want to go to a 4-3-3, but if we go to a 4-3-3, still, where is this other midfield player coming in? It just doesn't make. I get you. A single pivot holding midfielder, that isn't going to be Camavinga. Then maybe you're going to have to go for someone who does that as a role right now. It just doesn't all add up. So for me, the Camavinga deal, it's one, maybe Man United are looking at it. Maybe there's been some provisional talks with agents, maybe, but it just isn't one that I'm personally believing or buying into. A comment here from Mr. Reddy says, we are going to sign Bellingham in the next few years from our feeder club. Don't need Camavinga. Mark says, your show is spot on, Terry. Like how you're not biased to United and like other clubs' business models. I'm a Chelsea fan, by the way, and would go all out for Haaland. Thoughts, please. Yeah, I think you should go all out for Haaland. And thank you very much for your very, very nice compliment towards the Football Terrace. That means a great deal to me. Leicester have done good signings so far. Samari, Daka, genius signings. They very much, look, they are, but they are on potential. It depends how they deliver. It depends how they deliver. You know, for every, I don't even, I want to get the right example. For every top signing for every N'Golo Kante, you get a Jemba. You legitimately do. So many of these young kids are touted to go on and do brilliant things. You know, for every Messi, there's there ain't very many Messis, but for every top star like a Messi, there's a Bojan who are predicted to go on and be the next star. You know, for every Thierry Henry, there's a Francis Jeffers. And I think when you go through, they are very talented players with huge potential. Are they going to work out? Are they going to be the main guys? I don't know. They're talented. I'm excited to see how they do. And then we'll know if it's great business or not. They could be very, very good. It depends on where. Again, they're the kind of players Arsenal should have been. Where Arsenal are right now, Daka and Samare should be the kind of players they're looking at, in my view. I think when you're a Man City, when you're a Liverpool, when you're a Chelsea, for instance, in the position you're in, you need a smidge of players like that. But then you need established stars because your club want to win and they want to win now. Daka and Samari gonna push Leicester up into title challenging positions? Not straight away. That's a 2, 3, 4 year project with the players of that age. And even by then, they're more than likely to then be scouted and picked up by other teams. We'll see. We'll see how that pans out. Let's have a little look here. Terry, he was so good they named him twice. Yeah, listen, Djemba was highly touted when Manchester United signed him. Didn't work out. It just didn't work out how people thought. Any Sancho updates? Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. There we go. Let's move on to another deal today. That's another conversation that's going on. Raheem Sterling. The Raheem Sterling one is really, really interesting because he's been linked with a move away from Manchester City. See, we spoke to Dean Jones on this show a couple of times about that, and he doesn't necessarily think that Raheem Sterling will be up for sale or is up for sale. What's interesting is the reaction to being offered to Tottenham and the mindset change that may place within Raheem Sterling. The article I read today is that Raheem Sterling may now be keen to leave Man City. He says the 26-year-old international had been due to start talks on a new contract extension that he currently has 2 years remaining on. However, as he was reportedly used as a part exchange offer to Spurs for Harry Kane, he may have decided to reassess his future and run down his deal. And I think that's a fair assessment. I think it's a fair assessment of Raheem Sterling's position. I don't care how Man City try to spin it. I thoroughly believe that he was offered to Arsenal as part of the Alexis Sanchez deal. Of course, when the deal falls through, it gets denied. It's one of the reasons why, again, until a deal is agreed verbally and through intermediaries, very rarely do official bids go through, because officially Man City can deny that story and officially they're talking facts. In reality, they're bullshitting. He then went on to be one of the best players in Manchester City's history, and he has been. Raheem Sterling has been a star in the most glorious period in Manchester City's history, and he's one of the heroes of that. Statue-level performances he's put in. I would only say that Kompany, David Silva, and Aguero are the only three players, and maybe KDB. Those 3 to 4 players are the only ones who stand out above Raheem Sterling in Man City's new era. He's been sensational. But if they are offering him up again, I think Raheem Sterling does need to look elsewhere. Signing a new deal could end up tying him in for so long. With 2 years left on his contract, he could potentially be picked up for a good price. Is it going to be an Arsenal? Look, they've inquired about him. Maybe, maybe not. What's the project over there saying to him? Could it be Tottenham? I very much doubt it. He's going to want Champions League football. I think Raheem Sterling is a much better football player than people give him credit for. Is he the most prolific goal scorer in the world? No. But if he's in the system where the ball finds itself in the box a lot, he can be a poacher. He can be prolific. We've seen that so far at the Euros twice now. Could Liverpool be a destination for him? Could he make a sensational return back to Liverpool? It's always been one that's been there in the back of my mind. How would Liverpool fans take to that? How would Liverpool fans react to it? All depends on what he does on the pitch. Because if he turns up and he starts scoring goals, Liverpool fans will have it all day long. But according to the Sunday Mirror and to Mallock over there, he is looking or potentially looking to move away from Manchester City. And I'd love to gauge your views and opinions on that one. Terry, why did Man United not sign Sterling? We have Marcus Rashford. We have Greenwood. We're not going to go in for him, in my opinion. Terry, Pogba rates Camavinga. I rate Camavinga. That isn't the point I was making earlier. I just don't think Manchester United are interested in him per se. That's just my thoughts. That's just my feelings. That's just my, I don't know, just the feeling I get towards this deal. I just don't think it's something that Manchester United are overtly looking at, in my opinion. How can you hijack a deal which hasn't happened yet, Terry? Well, I think, Craig, what you've got to look at is this is the reports that are being put out there. Arsenal were meant to be this leading club going in for him, and now Man United is set to hijack it. As I've already said, Craig, if you listen to the video as opposed to attacking the headlines of what's being stated and what the media are pushing, you'll hear that I said I think this is absolute nonsense. I even think it's nonsense that Arsenal have got any chance of signing him. I really do not think he's going to end up at Arsenal. So, Craig, I appreciate your comment. I appreciate you tuning in. But your negativity and your continual hate towards myself and the Football Terrace just isn't needed, my friend. It isn't going to deter us. We're not going to stop doing what we're doing. So smile a little bit, my friend. I hope you find light. I hope you find happiness. I hope you find a good place in your life. If you need any help or support, please DM me. We'll exchange numbers. I can give you a phone call. We can have a chat. And if I can help you in any way, my friend, I will. But please smile. Please be happier, my friend. Thank you. Let's have a little look here. Good morning, Terry. Do we really need this player? Ali, again, I'd love Camavinga to be part of Manchester United. I just don't think he is a priority now. If we're going to sign a midfielder, it needs to be a star defensive-minded midfielder. That's what it needs to be. I think another up-and-coming player to develop at this time, when you think there's going to be, if you think under the age of 20, like you're going to have a Mad to develop, there's Greenwood to develop, there's Sancho still to develop, there's AWB developing. 4 or 5 players in the squad that need development when you're trying to win titles is enough. I think any more than that, I think you're overcompensating a little bit. I really do. I really do. We have a super chat this morning that says, you heard about Nicolas de la Cruz? No, I have not. Explain that to me, Ginger Fury. I've not. It doesn't ring any bells in my mind at all. Let's have a look at some more of these comments. Why are people so angry? I'm not too sure, really. I'm not too sure what makes people angry. Just is what it is. And like, I don't lose any sleep or time over it as such. It's more just a case of, like, this one guy comments on every video that I do. And it's all, no matter what I say, what I do, what the title is, you know, there's always negativity. And I used to get angry with it. And now I just feel real pity for people that's your life. Like, I watch other people's YouTube content. I only comment generally if I agree with what they're saying or I'm putting in a positive message. I ain't got time to be like giving people stick. Go be more productive with your life. Imagine tuning in. You know, there's lots of TV shows, there's lots of YouTubers, there's lots of journalists, there's lots of musicians whose content or music or articles I just don't like. So do you know what I do? I just don't read it. Do you know what I mean? It's just as simple as that. You know what I mean? I haven't even read the Hancock article because I won't read The Sun. In terms of, even though I know what he's done is wrong, I'm not giving that any airtime. So it is what it is. I'd rather be ignorant to these things. DT just got sacked. Okay, that is a random one to say that. That's a very, very random one to say. Wayne here says, could you see Sterling at Chelsea or maybe abroad? Thank you, Terry, for doing a great job, like always. Thank you very much, Wayne. I love that. Thank you very much for your positivity this morning. I can't see anybody in that position really going to Chelsea because of the plethora and depth of talent that's already on the roster. So it isn't something I see happening at this point. If Ziyech and Cho were to leave, there is then the possibility that Raheem Sterling to Chelsea could happen. But it's a club of Chelsea's stature that I think Raheem Sterling would be looking for. That could be abroad. I think he could do tremendously well at Barcelona. I think he could kill it at Real Madrid. I think he would. I think he's level. I think he's, you know, he would be better for Bayern Munich than Serge Gnabry. He would score more goals, no doubt about it. He would tear up Ligue 1. I mean, it would be, for me, it would be like shooting fish in a barrel for him. It would be so simplistic. Such a talented player, and yeah, I think he could play anywhere he wants, really and truly. I really do. Tom says Sterling isn't going anywhere. Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll sit down with Man City. They offer him that bumper new deal. Maybe they apologize for offering him for part of the Harry Kane deal, and they resolve their matters. Terry, can playing under Pep's system hinder a player's natural ability? Well, I think, I don't know about natural ability. I think what it can do, it's a very prescribed way, very robotic way, but also a very, very efficient way of playing. Are you able to adapt to another manager's system as quickly or straight away? I don't know. You'd have to ask players that. Maybe that's something we have to focus on. How do players do when they leave Guardiola's system? Barcelona seemed to have been, Bayern Munich seemed to have been okay. Barca did well for a while until sort of the team faded away. I don't think it, Lionel Messi's natural ability, Xavi's, Iniesta's, Busquets, Gerard Piqué, none of these players, David Villa, you can get the list goes on. None of these players were natural ability was impacted by Pep Guardiola. It was only enhanced. It is a very robotic and prescribed way to play, which is why the Jack Grealish interest is very, very enticing for me to understand why and what they're kind of looking at doing here. Oh God, there we go. Let's do a few more of these comments that are coming through. Yes, make sure you're hitting that like button, people. Very, very important. We'll be sitting on now. Should be on at least 300 likes by now. We're not quite there yet, but keep hitting that like button. Let's get to it. In other news today, one thing here says, sorry, Terry, I can't see anyone affording Sterling in this market straight up unless it's part of a swap deal. That could also be true, Scott. He's going to cost a lot of money. Only 2 years left on his deal, though. And if he has been offered as a make weight, that's Man City admitting they don't want him. If they don't want him, I think that changes things dramatically, in my very, very humble opinion. In my humble opinion, that changes it. In other news today, something that has stood out to me and has shocked me is Mason Mount and Phil Foden are both expected to return to the England team. And I'm not one who overtly gets angry over starting lineups until after a game, because you have to see the wood for the trees. You have to see the proof in the pudding. But if Jack Grealish and Saka are dropped after their excellent performance against the Czech Republic, I'm massively concerned about England's chances of progressing. I want us to win more. I cannot tell you how desperate I am to see England get through this game, get to the final and win this. 150 years England have been playing football for. One final in that time. So I want one there may not be a final in my lifetime. And if there is, it could only be one. And I think there's a great opportunity to do it this year. So I am very concerned about this potential decision to bring Phil Foden and Mason Mount back in. Neither have had particularly good tournaments. Neither have been I've done great things, good running, good play. They've been good. They've been 6 out of 10s. But Saka and Jack Grealish made such a telling difference when they came in. They provided balance to the front line. They provided additional guile. There was great work rate from Saka. For both of them to lose their positions to Phil Foden and Mason Mount, I feel it could be a huge, huge mistake from Gareth Southgate. I really, really do. TJ here says, morning, Terry. Looking forward to Belgium versus Portugal. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. Because do you know what I've loved about the Euros is I've been looking forward to all the different games that have been going on. That's the 8:00 game tonight as well. So it'll be a great one. I'm looking forward to it. Tony Rings. I hope that Bruno Fernandes is still on that bench. I hope that he's not playing. I beg and I pray that he's not playing in this game. I don't even want him to come on from the bench. I love it when Man United players are not involved. It's amazing. Simon Sheffield says, I can't believe some people actually think England are going to beat Germany. Gareth Southgate is the biggest problem right now for England. He's going to play a back play a back four with Rice and Phillips. Listen, I make Germany the favourite, Simon. I don't think we're going to, but we have a chance of beating them. But it's about the right team being ticked. I actually think Rice and Phillips will be important against a team like, I think playing with a more defensive-minded team against a Germany, against a Belgium, against France is important. We maybe didn't need to do it against Scotland. But it's more the meritocracy. It's more about if somebody comes in for any particular reason and they do well, they should then be placed into the team. England in 1998 started well against Tunisia, slipped up against Romania, but Michael Owen came on and did well. He then started against Colombia and did excellent. He then started against Argentina and scored one of the greatest goals in English football history ever. But at a World Cup, he did it. If it wasn't for David Beckham getting himself sent off, and then after that, a ridiculous goal being disallowed, England would have made it past Argentina, and we were purring at that point. But that was because positions were handed out because of meritocracy. Beckham didn't start the tournament. Owen didn't start the tournament, and they worked their way into the team. Of course, Beckham let himself down in the end, let the nation down in the end. But the point is, Phil Foden came in and Jack Grealish came in and performed, and he should be played. That bothers me more than Rice and Phillips starting a football match. You know, it's that you need to reward solid performances. I remember at Man United when Di Maria got injured and Ashley Young came into his position and was performing brilliantly. And I remember I was a season ticket holder at the time. I was at Old Trafford. I remember talking to some of the lads and gents in the pubs before and after, and they were outraged that Di Maria wasn't starting. I thought, you want Di Maria to fight for his place back. The meritocracy should lead, if people have got the right minerals, to everybody working harder and striving to get back into the first team. Thus, the football improves. If you just put Mason Mount back in the team because he's Mason Mount, I don't like the message it sends across the dressing room. That's more of a concern for me, Simon. But I do get where you're coming from. Someone here says, I agree, England fans are a joke. They are not beating Germany. You've also got to understand that supporting your nation is not a joke. You're going to see a big push from the Football Terrace next season. I don't know quite how we're going to do it yet, but we're going to reward fans for being fans. Being realistic all the time is boring. If every single football fan was realistic at every single moment, football dies. Forget the Super League. Forget agents taking loads of money out of the game. What would kill football is fans not being fans. Fans not being overtly optimistic. Fans not getting carried away. Fans stopping saying, what if? If that's removed from football, it's dead. That dream. Do you know why it's dead? And I'm actually going to get angry now. And it ain't at you, Nina. It's just football fans in general. The reason we all slammed and condemned the Super League was because it took away the dream. It took away the dream of maybe achieving something we haven't done before. Maybe going from League One to the Premier League. Maybe never having won a league title and doing it. Maybe never having won a Champions League and doing it. Why should fans not be allowed to dream in the same way that the clubs do? Why should fans not be allowed to get excited? Come on. Come on, people. We may not do it. But don't take the dreams of people away. So what? A certain fan might sound deluded about how good their team is. Let them be. Have an argument, a debate about it, but let them live. We're killing dreams, man. Come on. We all know Germany are the favourites. We all know Man City are the favourites to win the league next year. But why shouldn't Chelsea fans feel optimistic? We all know the teams that should be making it into the top four. But why shouldn't Arsenal fans say, what if we do it? How good would it feel? Come on, people. Wise up. Wise up now. Honestly, I swear to God, if I was in charge of YouTube, I would shut every channel down that tries to suppress fans from being fans, that tries to take dreams away from people. You know what I mean? If my little Freya comes up to me, Daddy, I'd love to be a doctor. Well, do you know what? You're from a working class family. I'm dyslexic. You might be dyslexic. We don't know yet. You haven't really started to learn to read or write properly. So based on that, set your sights low. Now, technician, at a push stacking shelves. Imagine that's your attitude. Nah. There's smarter families with more money from better backgrounds. They're going to make it as doctors and lawyers, Freya. You, local greasy spoon, love. That's the working class meant. Fuck that. Fuck that bullshit. Fuck that. That is not how winning is done. Dream big. Support. And if you fail, as long as you saw people give 100%, as long as they gave it everything they've got, that's what it's all about. Well, we'll go for Southgate if he picks the wrong team. But fans be fans be fans. What if? You take the what if away from life. Life is over. It is finished. It is done. Sorry to rant. I think the England team should be Pickford, James, Stones, Maguire, Shaw, Mount, Hendo, Grealish, Saka, Sterling, Kane. Terry, remember Euro 96? I'm still hurting. Wayne, my guy, Euro 96. I loved it. Pain. Do you know what it is? England have broke my heart so many times, and I have at times turned my back and gone, I'm not watching anymore, but I always come back, and it's because, do you know what it comes down to? Do you know why I want to support I don't have to rate a manager or a certain player, a club or country, but the reason I support is because I would feel a sense of shame. I would feel a sense of shame to doubt my club and my team every single step of the way and almost not want them to win to be right. That's the killer. Do I think Man United will win the Premier League this year? No. Do I want them to do it with every fiber of my being? Yes. I think some people don't. I think some people sit on the opposite side of that now. It's become inverted. I don't think we can win it, and I want to be right so I can say I told you so. Do you know why I can't ever have that attitude? Because I would feel like a hypocrite. I would feel like a traitor. I would feel hollow. Then if we manage to win it, celebrating it. Because you're not a fan if you want your team to fail. And I feel like if you're overtly negative and you're a Debbie Downer all the time, that's the angle you'll cut. Oh, I want us to lose so I can say I told you so to England fans. Do you know what? Say it's coming home with pride and with passion. Say it. Anyway, we move on. We move on. Someone said, what about Varane update? There are no Varane updates as of what we spoke about yesterday. I love some of the things people write on here. Fans are the backbone of football, is what Daniel says. Absolutely. Absolutely. But we're trying to stop them from not being fans. And that has to stop. Absolutely. I agree. So I think I might have said the word absolutely about 30, 40 times there. Let's get your comments in. We are going to do the same thing today on the Football Terrace. Everyone that becomes a new member of the Football Terrace will today go into the draw to win a football shirt of your choice at the end of the month. Can't guarantee that you'll win the football shirt, but you'll definitely go into the draw at the end of the month. We had, I think it, who's Stutz Nuts? Okay, you've rejoined today. So if you become a brand new member of the Football Terrace today, I'm going to share the link with you so you can do it. And we're going to do this during all three of our streams today. If you become an official member of the Football Terrace, you will go into the prize draw, win a football shirt of your choice. I've shared that link in the live comment sections if you want to get involved. Terry, Southgate's fear of failure is killing dreams. Just go for it. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to know how it's going to pan out for us. I'm not worried. I'm just intrigued, as I say, to see how that works and see how that goes. I'm going to share the link as well for you to phone in and have your say this morning. I'm going to post that in the live comment section as well. We've got about 10 minutes of the show left. So if you want to come on and have a little chat, have a little speak, then we will go through it. Thank you very much to my guy, Finn, for becoming an official member of the Football Terrace. Finn Granville. Sorry. Thank you very, very much for becoming an Academy member of the Football Terrace. That means a great deal to us. I've shared the link if people want to call in and have their say. We're going to get Wayne on first to have a chat with us this morning. Wayne, welcome to the Football Terrace. What do you want to say, mate?
No, I just wanted to explain my Sterling because he's a West London guy. So, and I was thinking, if we don't get Haaland, what is obviously a deal in the air, Sterling for me would be a good replacement. So then get these Havertz up front, give him more of an opportunity, and then maybe Sterling could be one of the players on the wing if we play 3-4-3.
Yeah. Look, I think you could do that with him, and maybe if you don't sign Haaland, maybe he's a better option in terms of like Raheem Sterling. In my opinion, he may not be the best goal scorer in the world, but I think he's a better goal scorer than Timo Werner. I would trust if I had to pick Timo Werner or Raheem Sterling one-on-one on goal, I would pick Raheem Sterling. So he could be an option in that regard, Wayne. He could. It sounds like you'd like to see him in West London, back in West London, playing for Chelsea.
Yeah, it's only because how I look at it is I've got to be realistic. There's not many striker options that are like a number 9, like Haaland and maybe Kane and Lukaku. But I can't see any of them coming to Chelsea except for maybe Haaland. So I've got to look at, as my personal opinion, what would be our best other solution. And for me, someone's been there and done it, like you said, who's can score goals, who's got experience, who's still got time on his hands as well. I think it wouldn't be a bad signing. And I think he could help players like Pulisic, players like Hudson-Odoi, wherever he stays. He could mentor Hudson-Odoi, and he could help players who are younger than him in the Premier League in that situation to get better and to learn how to play it. But
I totally agree. I think he could help in those regards. There's no doubt about it. Wayne, listen, I appreciate your support of the channel, and I support and your super chats and everything you put in, my friend. Thanks very much for coming on, mate, and having your say. We'll speak to you again soon. Top man, thank you. We're gonna run a poll. I've thought of the poll now today after what we just spoke about. Okay, I'm gonna write this. and then I'm gonna tell you what he said. So bear with me. And by the way, smash that like button. Let's go past 500 likes, please, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get that done. I'm gonna write this in here. Right, so this is what I've typed in. Your life depends on it. You need to score to live. Timo Werner or Raheem Sterling? Who are you picking to score? That's how we're rolling here today. That's how we're rolling here today. That is the poll. That is the poll. That is the quiz. I might even stick that quiz on Twitter as well. Not quiz. Oh, hang on a minute. It's not letting me put their full names in because I ain't got enough characters. There we go. That should let me post it. I've posted that quiz now. That is out there, the quiz poll. Get yourselves involved on that. I want to know who you're picking. Next on the show, Tom Little is here. Would you take Raheem Sterling back at Liverpool?
No.
Why?
Don't get me wrong, he's a good player, but
better than Mane. He's better than Mane, though.
Oh, no. Sadio Mane can score from further than 6 yards out. Let's be real here.
Yeah, but he can't score enough from 6 yards out.
I don't care. He can score from further than 6 yards out. We've got Mo Salah to score from in that area. It's all right, though. I just want to talk about the Mount and Foden coming back in. We're trying to win international tournaments and Gareth Southgate's picking favourites. It's like what a manager does when they come to the end of the time at a club and they just pick their favourite players and the ones that, work hard for them. We're trying to win an international tournament here. And he's going, Jack, you played really well against Czech Republic. You got the assist. Yeah, but Phil Foden's got a dead nice trim, hasn't he? He had a couple of good sub-performances for Manchester City, so he's coming back in. And then Bukayo, he's had a really great game, mate. But Mason Mount, did not see his free kick he blazed over the bar against Croatia. Give him a couple more of them. One of them will go on target eventually. We've got to take the risk on him. No, you have to go with the players that are performing the best. And he's not. He's going for players who he thinks will work hard for him. No, that's not how we will win this tournament. It's not how you win international tournaments.
I have to agree. It's the lack of meritocracy if this happens is crazy. Look, do you know what's funny, right? Italy got away with it yesterday. Italy got away with dropping arguably the player of the tournament so far in Locatelli. And it wasn't until him and Chiesa came on that the level of class upped and they suddenly they got it right. I get this feeling against Germany if they start. And by the way, I rate Foden and I rate Mason Mount. And it isn't about them and what they've done at club level. It's about how they've performed at this tournament for England. And Jack Grealish just needs to play. Maybe Jack Grealish does. Maybe it's against all odds, it's actually Raheem Sterling who misses out. Or maybe KJ's right. And it's Kane that's dropped. And we go false 9 and we do something.
Oh,
and you know what? I think if Gareth did that, there'd almost be this element of at least he's gone for it. At least he's tried something to try and beat them. But now I hear you. I think it's going to be the same team that started against Scotland, pretty much. And I just think we're going to get to 60 minutes where there's going to be barely any creativity. And then we're going to bring Grealish on. He may change the game, but it may be too late. It worries me profusely. It worries me.
That's the thing, though, with them. No other big nation's going to pick favourites when they're trying to win a tournament. Blaise Matuidi is clearly one of Didier Deschamps' favourite players. That was why he was playing on the left wing when they won the World Cup. He hasn't won this tournament because he's not been good enough. It's just... It goes back to the squad selection. The fact that Trent nearly missed out and was only in because of... He was practically forced in. Favourites. It's just... You pick your best players to win a tournament. And the fact that he's probably safe regardless of how we perform just shows a lack of ambition from the FA and the fact that they don't want to try and go out the comfort zone and get a world-class manager. They just want yes men. We're not managed by an England manager. We're managed by the FA. And until the FA decide we're going to let the manager manage, we won't win anything. We won't win anything near what we're capable of. What's the point in it?
I do hear you completely. I really, really do. Tom, thanks for calling in and having your say, mate. Really appreciate it. Top man. Thank you. I hear it. I feel it. I feel your pain. Lion Sniper says, Terry, I bought the Academy membership. If you sign up to membership, it would show straight away that it doesn't take time to load through. If you do it and you put your details in wherever you do it, it would show up straight away and we get a notification while we're live. Remember, anyone who becomes a member during today's show, your name goes into the prize draw to win a football shirt of your choice at the end of the month. Next up, Safe is here with us. Chiesa's biggest fan. What are you saying, mate?
Yo, Terry, what's up, man? You cool?
Yes.
Terry, I want to discuss a discussion that is not related with this stream, but it's related to the best player in the world between Ronaldo and Messi. Who do you think is better?
Contextualize that comment. What do you mean by better? Yes. What do you mean by better?
Well, better player.
Better at what?
So who's a better player in scoring goals, in creating goals? Ronaldo or Messi, in your opinion?
Scoring goals
in a footballing career.
Hard one. Are we just saying overall? Who's the biggest GOAT is what we're asking, yeah?
Overall, yes.
Overall, Ronaldo.
Yes.
That's it.
You're wrong.
Fine. It's an opinion. I can't be wrong
You're
about
wrong. Messi's better playing than him.
Great.
You're wrong. Messi. Okay, can I just educate you here, please? Okay. Ronaldo is a rubbish player. To me, Ronaldo is not a consistent player. It's only in set pieces, headers, penalty kicks, and free kick. That's not consistent player. Messi has scored spectacular goals outside.
Hang on.
Can I just finish before you laugh?
Oh, I'm not letting you finish. What do you mean The highest
Messi
goal
is
scorer.
better player.
Hang on
I'll
a
tell you why
minute.
Messi is better player.
The highest goal
Because Messi
scorer.
has scored one of the
Wait a
best
minute.
scores
Wait a
outside
minute. Stop
the
going off.
box. He
Let's
scored
backtrack. Let's backtrack a second.
past players.
Stop talking. I'm muting you. So wait a second, please. How can the guy that scored more goals in the history of football than anybody else, how can he be inconsistent?
He isn't consistent because he's because what does Ronaldo do in the big games? He does nothing. Messi plays better football than Ronaldo in big event games. That's facts.
Okay, and that's one thing, and that's fine.
And if you want, you can clip this video.
No,
so
I'm
even the Ballon d'Or when Ronaldo has won it is fake.
Your signal, do you know what, mate? Your signal is bad today. Opinion. Thank you very much for coming on, Safe, and having your say. Listen, everyone knows I think Messi is an absolute genius, a god of football. I just prefer Ronaldo. I don't really care for the debate. It's not a debate I want to have. I enjoy them both. I love them both. I just prefer Ronaldo. But you see what happens there. Ronaldo's inconsistent. Shocking. Shocking opinion. Beyond shocking opinion. One of the worst opinions I've ever seen in the history of my life. Shocking. Absolutely beyond shocking. Beyond shocking. Actually hurt my brain a little bit. Let's see how the vote's going here. Well, Raheem Sterling winning with 62% of the vote. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Thank you very much there, my people. Thank you very, very, very much indeed. Thank you. Thank you. Let's have a look at a few more comments that are coming through. Gotta love the show. Thank you very much, my friend. That means a great deal to me. Thank you very, very much. I like doing the show as well. You're right, Dan, all my days. But this is the thing. This is what happens, generally speaking, when it comes to player debates. It's like Pete's. A lot of people think KDB is better than Bruno, but instead of just saying that, they say Bruno's trash. A lot of people think Mbappe is better than Haaland, but they're just saying Haaland's this, Haaland's that. As soon as I'll give you this advice in life, whenever you're seeing two things being debated that are of high quality, if someone's saying the thing they like less is trash, don't trust that person with any element of life. Don't even be their friend anymore. If they're your family member, cut them out. They are bad vibes. They are bad energy. They are dirty people. They're not good to be around. They are the type of person who talks nice to your face and then slags you off behind your back. They're terrible people. Cut them out. Trust me, if you've got someone in your life who does that, end the friendship. End the relationship. If it's your child, do a better job or adopt them. Bad energy. Anyone who's like, oh, I love Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, what do you think of Messi? Ah, shit, bruv. That person's terrible. Terrible human being. They've got darkness within them. They probably pull the legs off spiders, wings off flies. Do you know what I mean? Step on snails. Bad people. Bad people. Trust, and you know I'm talking about. They're that friend in the friend group that's negative for no reason. You know what I'm saying? You know. Thank you very much. There's a Lion Sniper for signing up and becoming an official Academy member. We're going to get your name down on the list to go into that prize draw. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. One of them ones. You know that, bruv. And yes, on this one, assault on snails. Yeah, one of them people. You know I'm bang on. Just crazy, right? In my garage, a few rats that keep going in there, right? And I'm not talking about my friends who support Liverpool turning up. I'm just saying there's a few rats in there. I have to get rid of them, right? I've got to get them away. I don't really want to kill them, though. So I can't put poison down. I can't put traps down. But you know why I don't want to put poison down, right? That's what the guy said. He turned up, put poison down. I'm like, yeah, but what happens if like a cat catches it and then eats it and then ingest the poison, the cat dies. So I can't do it. Like, that's how bad it is. So I've got these like humane traps, and I've got this little plug thing that makes a noise that keeps them away. Because I don't want to, like, you know what I mean? Like slug pellets. Put slug pellets down, stop slugs in your garden. Kill the slug. If a bird eats a slug, it dies. So don't put the slug pellets down. Like, some people are bad vibes. Bad vibes. There we go. Unless you're eating an animal, don't kill it. Does Terry invest in crypto? No comment. I'm so glad, though, that I took all my money out of Binance about a year ago because it had just been banned by the FCA. 611 issued there. There we go. Mac Hancock cheated and said, do you know the worst part is? Like, this is the crazy thing. I'm seeing more people angry with Hancock because he cheated than breaking COVID rules. I don't care if he's cheating on his wife. Don't care. Oh, moralistic. I don't care. I don't care about that level of personal morality. If my boss at work cheats on his wife 5 times a week, I don't care. As long as he treats me good, he's a good boss. What I care about is that Hancock broke rules and procedures that have stopped me from seeing my son for the past year. That's what I care about. What he did beyond these, with his, no one knows how unhappy you. Like, he could have been in his home life so unhappy and desperate and depressed and mistreated. You know, we don't know those private things. I'm not judging that. I'm judging the rules he broke. Morning, Mr. Driscoll. Hope you are well. Hope you are well, my friend. Yes, polarized world. Polarized people are dangerous people. Polarized people are wicked people. Polarized people are cruel people. 100% they are. And you know it. You know they are. And I'm talking about polarizing every element. There are some things we're all unequivocal on. We're unyielding on. But on everything, it's black or white. Nah, bruv. Life is so grey. It's unbelievable. Like the Hancock situation. Geezer's a dickhead, in my opinion. The geezer broke rules that have stopped people being able to see their loved ones pass on, like be with them, hold their hands, and stop people going to loved ones' funerals, or stop people from seeing their children, like one of my children, like me. Because, of course, I don't explain my personal circumstance, but he lives with a vulnerable person in another country. So some of it's been law, I can't go. And other times it's been risking other people's lives. I've had to hold back. I've had to sacrifice my life. That's what I'm annoyed about. What he does in his personal, I don't care. I don't care if he leaves his wife and marries a pig. As long as it's legal, I don't care about that. Why do we care about people's personal lives so much? Don't. I care about their actions towards others. As in, does it impact people outside their personal sphere? Maybe. But I bet Hancock's polarized. In fact, he's a conservative person. He's definitely polarized. Told you, bad vibes. Anyway, yes, there's loads of new members, people signing up. Terry, will Ronaldo break the record tonight? I pray. Can you imagine Ronaldo scores the winner, Portugal go through, and he becomes the greatest international football player in the history of football? My G. That's what I hope. That's what I hope happens. Hancock, 50 Shades of Grey. I hear you on that. I just don't care about the cheating on his wife thing. Don't care about it. Doesn't bother me at all. Member gang, absolutely. Listen, everyone who has tuned in, a massive thank you to each and every one of you. I really do appreciate it. All the new members as well. Morning, Seated View. Hope you're good. I hope you're very, very good indeed. Until next time, everybody, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. God bless. And we're back live after both knockout games today, or unless there's some breaking news between now and then. But I've got to go start cooking Sunday dinner. Got some family coming round, and have a lovely afternoon with them. And I'll see you all again later on. Oh, actually, a new member just signed up. My guy, right at the death. Right, Ismail Patel has just signed up and become an Academy member as well. I'm going to write your name down to go into the prize draw, my guy. Thank you very much indeed. Until next time, everyone, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again soon.